Hey, welcome to Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. What's up, nerds?
How's it going, bud? How's it going?
Well, episode 97, the road to 100 continues.
Yes, sir.
We have come to the end of your favorite show, Andor. We're going to discuss the finale, Rix Road, and then episode 10 of Survivor, Get That Money, Baby. Wednesday on Netflix, the first 5 episodes. And, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I have some thoughts about that, but before we get into all that, let's go. Did you, I'm hoping you knew there was an end credit scene to Andor. Did you?
I saw it, yes.
Okay, good. All right, so before we get to that, so basically everyone thinks Cassian's coming home for his mom's funeral. He does come home, but not for his mom's funeral, to rescue Bix. Basically.
Well, I mean, he needed to see Bix, and he found out that she was captured. I think he wanted to be there for his mom's funeral, but when he found out that Bix was captured, he went all out to get her out.
Yeah, you'd have to be the stupidest man in the galaxy to go to that funeral where every 600 people are basically waiting of all undercover ISB officer, plain clothes. I mean, Jesus.
They had this is Andor.
There. Yeah, exactly. Luckily, he wasn't that dumb. He watched from afar a bit, but I did like her Marva's hologram there of inciting the rebellion, from the grave, basically.
Yeah. There's a fight to be had.
And I love how Deidre gets taken, and she doesn't know what's going to be done to her, though, it's kind of implied the way she's acting. But then, of course, Cyril comes to her rescue, and she's... never had to thank someone before, so she doesn't know what to do. I suppose I should thank you.
Yeah, little bit of new territory here.
Yeah, so that guy just got a promotion. And,
no shit.
Yeah.
He's no longer just inputting materials.
Yeah, like he's a mindless drone of a nameless corporation.
Yeah, exactly.
Insert name here.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it had some peaks, but then it just kind of like, and then it just went, and then, I mean, at the end, he's like telling the guy, kill me.
Oh, kill me or take me in, he says, so.
Yeah.
But then I love how he looks at him, not like the Luthen, the antique stealer, but Luthen, the commanding officer, like, with that smile, like, yeah, you'll do just fine.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. And
off to Rogue One.
Yeah, well, not before we get another season of this. But luckily, you won't see it for a while. They're filming now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got to rewatch Rogue One.
Okay, now be honest.
Equate from things.
I dismissed totally Death Star. Like when they were making that shit, I dismissed it because I said there's no way they'll do it. So I was focusing more on TIE fighters and shit like that. So Imagine my surprise when they give us the money shot of all money shots. The damn thing being built. I mean, whoa!
And the pieces that they were building being inserted into.
I knew they were going to do.
Death Star.
I knew there was going to be a payoff. I dismissed it totally because I said there's no way they'll do that. So I was thinking TIE fighters, Imperial crew, something. I just wasn't going there because they won't do that. Not yet anyway. But man, they did. I'm like, holy
they went
shit.
there big time.
Awesome. So maybe season 2 they'll be aborted or something. Getting like as Kevin Smith would say, the plumbers and the pipe fitters in there. Installing toilet mains and.
Well, food processors have to be installed.
That's right. Yeah.
There's clogs.
Yep.
Those little sporks don't get made themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. But all in all, it had its ups and downs and good episodes and bad. But
yeah, like I said, I got maybe when I rewatch Rogue One, I'll start to.
Yeah, I'm going to rewatch it too. Just
the strings start getting attached, and you start seeing,
yeah.
Okay,
probably more of that.
But then it makes more sense. But like I said, otherwise, there's no reason to have any connection with these characters, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, apparently they started the rebellion, but
yeah, that was ground zero.
Exactly. So But other than that, who gives a shit about these characters until they actually steal the Death Star plans, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Which won't even come in season 2 because it only comes in Rogue One. But we'll probably see the seeds of it, because Rogue One basically opens the first scene as Cassian meeting with some guy who's, I don't know, about to give up evidence or plans or something, and he winds up killing him, right? So we'll probably get up until that point.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if we can make those connections and it works, then all right.
Okay. So
we'll see. Maybe season 2 will be more all action.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Let's get in some Survivor. Yeah. So it's not often, I've been watching this show 22 years that, you're getting, I don't know, choked up. You're getting, even though Noelle would never want anyone's sympathy for that challenge that she did, you couldn't help yourself. But oh my God.
Pure Olympian.
Yeah. And what an ending. Of course, she'd be the last one in. And of course, she'd be the first throw. Hollywood ending actually gets it, beats everyone. Yep. So you can't, there's no way you could have been touched by that. And
man. As soon as she got it and she won and then she breaks down crying, I was just sitting there like, just want to go.
And that's exactly why, unfortunately, she had to go because no one would ever, not give her.
If you're sitting next to her in the final 2,
or 3,
you lose $1 million.
Yeah, but I thought she was going to give up because I was looking what she's doing, that leg on that beam. I said, this is that one challenge that's just not going to go her way. Whether she takes the leg off or not, there's no way you can do it one-legged. And even she was saying, now we know that she was sweating so much, she was coming out of the support, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you kidding? No.
Salt in the wound,
yes,
right?
Exactly. I'm like, it's even harder than we think it is watching it on TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And you're just seeing everybody else just overthrowing and just on, off, and she's still back there just trying to get over that balance beam, and then all of a sudden, she gets it and just there and just the one toss and boom, nails it.
Yeah, and she even, went out like a pro too, because even Jesse is basically the one that, turned on her and he said, I had to do it. I'm sorry. And she's like, yeah. I get it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is always the choke up episode. I mean, not only with her being the thing, but it's the letters from home episode.
Yeah.
And that's always, that's always a heart crusher.
Yeah. Well, this, challenge got me more than because I'm used to letters from home now, but I'm not this. Right. She was the first amputee, right, ever to be on the show. So naturally, we've never seen this before.
Now, what do you think of her choices to go with it? Like they brought 4. Usually they just bring 2 more and that's it, right?
What do you mean? Sorry.
To go to the sanctuary.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's see, this is why
I thought she was tight with both Jesse and Cody. And I thought, she would have brought those 2, but no.
Yeah, this is why I would throw any challenge that had to do with that, because the game is won or lost on these things. You take the wrong oh God, they're all, and then while you're eating, they're at camp plotting your demise. Like I would if I knew that was the reward, I would throw every challenge that entailed me picking someone, because it's $1 million mistake you're making, But,
well, that's just it. Every time you got that reward where they tell you you're going to the sanctuary, you're going to somewhere, and
here you want to know what you're playing for? Okay, whoops,
sandbags in the woods. Shit!
Yeah, I just pulled a hammy, Jeff. I gotta sit this one out.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, who's back at camp? You got Gabler, you got Cody, you got Carla and Cassidy. Mm-hmm. All of them are capable. They could have made themselves a feast. I mean, shit. Get out in the water, snag some fish, barbecue that shit up, and away you go. Yeah. You're still eating. And plus, you're not eating pizza and beer. But
and plus what they'd never show you is, since these people are not eating that food, let's just say they're only renting it, okay? They're off camera. They're running into the grabbing palm fronds and whatever, and they're in pain, actually, because I've read.
Oh, well, yeah, because if you haven't been eating for days and you're eating pizza and beer and
all that hot and cold and ice cream.
Oh, come on.
No, you're just moments away, okay, from the worst.
Montezuma's revenge in a big way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're churning out Dookie butter like nonstop. Okay, like.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So sometimes it's better not to, not to win a reward. Boy.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like on top of the comfortable beds, they had access to proper bathrooms.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would think there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a shower. I would have sat in the shower for like 2 hours.
I'd need a shower just to get rid of what came out of me. Okay. There's no bidet. I'm going in the shower.
Yeah.
Anywho, so that's episode 10. So the finale will probably
so
be
you got any ideas to who you
well,
gonna see?
who I would like to win, and I don't know. I kind of I've been liking Jesse every episode, but again, to get to the end, people are going to start getting wise to him. But I wouldn't mind him getting it. I can't say.
Well, they're already talking. Jesse and Cody are running things. I'm kind of liking Sammy's game. He's kind of playing all sides, although he got bit in the ass a little bit last episode.
Well, that's the thing. Some of those guys don't go far, But I don't know. I like Jesse. I like his backstory too. He was a juvenile delinquent in prison and went on to get PhD, in political science, and turned his life around. And I like the way he's playing, but it's too hard now to say. You can never call who's going to win now, and after 22 seasons, 43 seasons, 22 years.
Yeah, because we didn't see last season coming. I mean,
oh yeah, exactly, and there was a lot of luck involved in that one, and plus that advantage that turned back the clock, whatever. They're not using this season for a good reason, because one of the NFL player guy contestant was so livid. I just read an article about it with Jeff. He said this is not the game. This is not competition. You can't do that. So what do you know? They're not using it this season. So yeah, a lot of luck in that Canadian winning last season for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It has to be competition. It has to be. You have to outmaneuver, outsmart, outdo, and to just win get a reward that or an advantage that just kind of like trumps all that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, we'll see.
Yes.
So let's do Wednesday. So I don't know. I didn't want to watch too many trailers on this, so I stupidly, mistakenly thought this was going to be about the Addams Family and wasn't going to be like a tween CW type of show. However, I always like Jenna Ortega, and as Wednesday, I think she just absolutely crushes this role.
Yep.
And I think she's kind of like a goth Nancy Drew. I was expecting all this, but.
Well, I mean, for me, to me, it seemed like you got the Addams Family, and you sprinkle a little Harry Potter into there, and add a touch of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah,
and I think it makes a good mix.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not. I don't hate it. Like I said, I like her. Like it's hard. There's no one really else to focus on, right? She's the whole show, and as it should be. But I mean,
I really liked it. I thought it was great. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I only watched the first 5 episodes, so basically there's a lot going on, but there's some monster running around in the woods, and it could be literally anyone at this point, okay, because everyone's a suspect. What else we got going on? Oh, Jesus.
Well, I mean, you got the whole fitting
love
into
triangle
school thing.
Yeah. It's
the whole fitting into school. The roommate that can't wolf out.
Yeah. Want to send her to a conversion camp? Okay. It's like I can see what you're doing there. Okay.
Little nod too.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was very, very smartly done. It didn't come off too tweeny.
Well, you saw all 8. I only saw the first 5. So with mine ended where basically her parents told her what happened at the school when they were younger, and the murder of that boy, which really wasn't a murder because someone had poisoned him. Probably his dad, I think. Okay. But at any rate, he was supposed to poison spike the water or the punch and
Yes,
dance,
he was supposed to bite.
and then
It was
kill,
his father that gave him the nightshade
Nightshade
to
to kill
spike,
all of the Nevermore.
kill all of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
But during the scuffle,
Yeah,
the vial breaks
that's right.
and sends him foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
But you know what? For me, like I'm looking at the performances because everybody hit that right on the nail on the head. Luis,
Guzman.
Luis as Gomez.
Yeah.
Luis Guzman as Gomez. Perfect.
Catherine
Zeta-Jones as Morticia. They played it all really, really well. We didn't get to play with Lurch a little bit. I gotta love Thing.
Well, this is probably the best hand CGI ever now because, it's pretty seamless and almost, you almost see how they do it, but it's, it's flawless now with the technology that we have, right?
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I love how they're playing off the personalities, especially like Thing's the roommate's best friend.
Yeah, Thing's also flipping the bird now, and like he didn't do that in a TV show, but yeah, he's flipping the bird.
We're streaming. We're not.
Exactly.
This is not network, so hey, fuck
not,
you.
Not the 60s anymore, right?
No. And how many rock songs can be turned into classical music?
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah.
We had I caught Painted Black.
Yeah.
And Metallica. What was the song? Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any. I can't remember if there were any other ones. Did you catch any other ones?
No, those were the main ones.
Yeah.
Based on the cello playing of Wednesday.
Yeah. But it was like, right on, go for it.
Yeah, and it looks like Gwendolyn Christie's working exclusively for Netflix. She went right from Sandman right into this show as the principal Weems.
Yeah.
And Christina Ricci.
I didn't read up before it. I was surprised to see her in there.
I knew she was.
Gwendolyn Christie. Holy shit!
And I knew Christina Ricci was playing another character, but I know that Jenna Ortega didn't really want to ask her she wanted to do her own version, And,
well, I think she did a fantastic.
And Tim Burton wanted her never to blink, and just do that stare.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at all the things that she did, especially like the physicality and the fighting.
Yeah,
and
her big dance scene. Yikes!
Oh yeah, that was a little painful.
This is why I hate interpretive dance.
But other than that, like she stepped up to the physicality. You believed her as Wednesday. There was no.
No, she's a star. I mean, she's like a Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah. So the performances on all parts, and I mean they're keeping you guessing as to who the bad person is, right?
But let's not reveal because I still have 3 episodes to go. But
No. But I mean, you think you're jumping around and you're thinking, okay, maybe the psychiatrist.
There's always someone coming out of the woods after the monster. Oh, it's that guy. Oh no, it's her. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. So it's like.
Yeah.
But also, like, I like her proficiency, especially like when dealing with the sheriff.
Yeah. Yeah, how she wanted 5 more minutes in the morgue, basically, like in the freezer. Putting the piranha at the beginning of the.
Oh yeah, that was like pure sociopath.
Yeah, we found out the guy actually did lose a testicle. Okay, it wasn't just a nip.
But I wouldn't mind like seeing this series continue on and her becoming like an investigator or something. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
she's always after the truth, right?
Yeah.
So like her as a cop would be like the antithesis of like. She goes to work at the Jericho police station. Like the sheriff would drive them nuts, right?
That's right.
Adams, you can't do that to a prisoner.
Yeah, you can't beat up perps anymore.
I got him to reveal the truth. You can't do it that way. It was just a little electricity to his testicles. I'm really looking forward to seeing, what comes next because I'll let you watch the rest of it before going on about it. But right now it has all the right mixture for some longevity, I would say.
Yeah.
So no, big thumbs up. Although I remember a lot of people were not happy with Luis Guzman as being Gomez.
Yeah, because
he actually fits what the original cartoon was.
Yeah, exactly. But also, Raul Julia. Like just like people talk to you about Rogue One. Like I listened to Alec Baldwin's podcast. Here's the thing, and he's always raving about the Addams Family movie, like whatever it was in '92, Raul Julia.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, was it? Should I watch this again? Like, what am I missing? Like, he will not shut up about how great that movie is.
Well, it wasn't a great movie, but Raul Julia is an incredible actor. And him and who played Morticia in those?
He always talks about Raul Julia's performance. So
yeah.
I never remember who.
No, but even still, like the two of them together, they played off that whole, cara mia, like that. The thing, they played it very well, and I mean it's Raul Julia. It's unfortunate his last movie was Street Fighter.
Yeah, Angelica Houston. That was it.
Angelica Houston, yes. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, because he was going through cancer then too, right? I mean, it was so noticeable. And
but even in that, he was still putting on the performance. Performance of a lifetime, and I was just like, oh yeah, you can't beat him.
Yeah.
I think my favorite movie with him is Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, really?
It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Well, me and him, it's the Harrison Ford movie he does where he plays like a rival lawyer. Tequila Sunrise, it was '88. So.
Witness? No.
Harrison Ford's mistress turns up dead, so they think Harrison Ford did it. Was ringing a bell, this movie?
No.
Presumed Innocent. Yeah, Presumed Innocent.
Oh, Presumed Innocent.
1990. Okay. So Harrison Ford hires him because he was like a rival lawyer in court. So he actually gets Harrison Ford off, only to find out that he finds out who the killer is in the end. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it or remember. Okay. But yeah, that's my favorite.
Tequila Sunrise. You fuck like a champion. Every man is scared their wives are gonna hear about you.
Yeah.
4 fucking hours. We're never gonna finish the game. Worried about a ping pong during a big drug sting operation. Yeah, I love that movie.
Speaking of loving movies, so here's the thing with Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Started off great for me, like the Marvel ticker goes, and it's all the animated Christmas. You notice that they took and I was like, oh, great. And then they go into that beautiful 70s animation, like of all the Christmas specials we like Selfish Giant and all that. And I'm like, wow. And then, okay. Did you like it?
No.
Okay, yeah, I was just shocked on so many levels what was going on. Okay, now I looked this up everywhere. I cannot find it, but the funniest visual gag of the whole thing was Drax knocking the chiclets out of a GoBot. Okay, as funny as that was, knocking his teeth out, I couldn't understand what Mantis says. A GoBot's killed his family. Like, what the hell does that mean? Like, that didn't happen. I can't find it online.
Well, his family was killed by his family was killed by Ronan and the
yes,
Kree.
but she said GoBots because I watch the caption. I always have captions on.
Yeah.
She said GoBots killed his family.
He was beating up a GoBot.
Yes, but so why would she say that when GoBots? It was Ronan. So I'm just curious. That just threw me. Like, why would she say that?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I have no.
All right.
Maybe killed his parents. Killed his.
Yeah.
But there was so many people. Like I saw online like GoBots are part of Marvel's canon. I'm like, no, they're not.
Well,
but
they did officially announce Bruce Wayne now in the MCU because Kevin Bacon basically talks about Batman and Bruce Wayne. So that's and this was I think
but
before.
He's not talking. Yeah, but he's talking about it. He's talking about the entertainment part, Bruce Wayne, not. He's not referencing Gotham City as in the city on the other side of the country.
Well, I don't know if
he's talking about the comic book.
I don't know if that was a James Gunn thing. Yeah, but we never. Do we see? Do Marvel Comics exist in the MCU? I don't even know.
DC Comics does.
I keep seeing Invincible, like Robert Kirkman's comic in The Walking Dead.
No. I mean, they reference the other comic book companies in their movies just because, what else are you going to have in comics, right?
Yeah.
They'll have comics about their own heroes, and they've already established that in the MCU. But, Batman.
Here's another thing I had a problem with, and I know this is a kid's movie, but I lost count of how many crimes Drax and Mantis committed, okay? They rob a lady, they rob a store, that whole police thing. Now, how they don't know that these are part of the Avengers that save the world, I'm not sure. So she's basically killing Drax, doesn't know that the bullets are tickling him, okay? Mantis is just... sleeping people against their will, like breaking and entering. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is never really, I don't think we've ever seen this before.
Yeah.
Two Avengers are breaking, I don't know how many laws.
Well, they're not really Avengers. It's not, but they were part of Endgame, but Endgame wasn't televised. So the world doesn't know that these were the people that helped say, no,
they should be everywhere on billboards and everything.
No. Okay. You had several hundred people in that fight between the Wakandans and all the only people that they know about are the actual Earthbound Avengers. That's the only ones that are known. Everybody else is just that's who, So I mean, the Guardians aren't known to the world. Hey, the Guardians, they didn't have a press conference after going, and we'd like to thank the Guardians of the Galaxy for coming to Earth and helping us turn over, that never happened.
And to pick up Kevin Bacon against his will, and this seemed to be, when he started singing that very long song, I thought, oh my God, this is just a music video for Kevin Bacon now. Like,
pretty much.
The worst part, the only thing that could have saved it, and I was hoping it would be in an end credits scene, and nope, they let me down there, was that they actually did the fucking dance from Footloose. And to add insult to injury, I don't know if you can see, but the last shot of Mantis and Star-Lord on the balcony, the extras, slightly out of focus, were doing the Footloose dance. Okay, he did it on Will and Grace. So if you guys want to laugh, Kevin Bacon totally played himself on an episode of Will and Grace, and he does it at the end with Will. Okay, so this is what should have happened. Like I can't believe they didn't do that. Like Star-Lord dance off. Kevin Bacon, jump back. Something, because this is all a callback to the first movie, right? Where
pretty much, but I mean, it's very much, I don't know. Like I said,
yeah, no. And then of course they picked this movie to reveal that Mantis is Star-Lord's sister. Like what? I thought this would have been saved for a movie, something better movie.
Who cares?
Yeah, well, that too.
Honestly, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I know. Well, I was hoping I would like this thing more, but I guess mercifully, it's like 44 minutes.
Mantis, and it's funny. Like today I was getting out my Christmas tree, and I had to move all my many boxes of comics, and I was reboxing a few, and then I came across the Guardians of the Galaxy's books that I have and that I collected, and it was the original Guardians. It was Charlie 23, Vance Astro, Star-Lord, all those guys. And I'm thinking to myself, they should have made this Guardians, They hinted to it at the end of whatever with Stallone and all that, but that really wasn't them. That was just the
Ravagers.
The Ravagers. That's just like a really cheap knockoff of what the original Guardians were. So I liked the first one. Didn't really care for the second, and to me, their characters just kept getting worse and worse as they went along. With the crossover into Thor.
It seemed like they ad-libbed most of this movie at one point. Like, I don't know how many times I have to see Drax or Dave Bautista forcing a laugh, But
well, I mean, we already know that Drax is not the sharpest tool in the shed, and Mantis, well, she's not there either. So, bringing Kevin Bacon to Peter. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Could have been much better, but.
And I don't know if you caught. There was a rumor going around, like near the end. There's a not elderly, an old drunken reveler, and looks just like Mark Hamill. People went, but then Mark Hamill's son, Nathan Hamill, said that's not Mark Hamill, not my dad. And then later on, either to be a dick or fan the flame, Mark Hamill tweeted back with his son's tweet going, "It's not." So don't do this to us. Were you in or not? Okay, that would be the one good thing about the movie. Okay, if that was
like I said,
in the background drinking.
Like, to me, I think James Gunn needs to come up with some new shit, because I mean, he did this, and now he's in charge of DC, and I wasn't impressed with Suicide Squad 2.
No.
So I'm like, ooh, maybe you should just. I don't know if fucking this up was part of him going to DC.
Well, yeah, and they did this during the shooting of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so this was like, I guess, on their days off or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's on there if you want to watch it every year, kids, around Christmas time. Okay.
I mean, it had some Christmas sentiment, and I mean, we could all see it coming when Kraglin was taking Kevin Bacon back, and he's saying, "Oh no," and he goes into the story of what Yondu and what his Christmas
I would have
was.
preferred just an all animated, just like that animation, because that one that touched me more. That was very like deliberately done to be like the style of the 70s. So I would have liked to have just seen the whole thing animated. I think it would have been better.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Got Bucky's arm. How do you get that?
Yeah, okay, that was one funny sight gag.
And how'd you like Buff Groot?
Yeah, not too much. He just seemed to be just jumping around all the time. But
teenager Groot that just like works out all the time.
No, I just like Drax punching the crap out of a GoBot and the arm, Bucky's arm. That was funny, I have to admit, but that was about it.
Yeah. And Drax and Mantis just getting all the selfie money.
Yeah.
Steve
jumps into the drinking,
cosplay.
Then drinking all that money. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Well,
I mean, it had some moments, but I mean, in the overall, I think it falls into the.
Well,
negative.
like I said, I think they could have saved it with just the dance off. Do the Footloose dance, at least part of it. You know what I mean? Like he did in Will and Grace. Anyway, it's on YouTube, kids. Go if you want to see what you should have got. It's there.
Yeah.
And not to go into a downer, but you lost a member of your Power Rangers. So
that was a. We lost a couple people recently.
Well, Irene Cara today.
Irene Cara today,
but Jason David Frank.
Jason David Frank
last week,
and it's hard to think of him as a suicide.
Yeah, and he had like 4 kids too, didn't he? Which I didn't know.
Well, he did. Well, apparently he was going through a divorce, and he lost. They lost a daughter recently.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, apparently he was going through a lot of shit.
Okay.
But, I mean, he so, you never know what someone's breaking point is, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, for someone who, I guess you could say, portrays such a positive hero.
Well, and also at the cons, because all the celebrities came out after that and posted photos of him, and even I forget who I was lining up for the first time I ever saw him. Whatever celebrity, and he comes in. He was on the left side, and he was riling up his fans. He was standing on his table, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
So other than him and Jeremy Bullock, I've never seen two other actors do that much for their fans in the 12 years I've been at Comic-Con. So that's my memory of him,
Yeah. And so, like, to hit that breaking point, because I mean, for you got to think in certain terms about everyone else going, well, if he can't handle it being who he is, how am I going to get through? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
there's a bit of a message there. And he was a big time Christian, right? And to off yourself.
Yeah, and to have all
that's a guaranteed ticket south,
Yeah, have that many people love you and adore you, You mean, I can count on 3 fingers, 3 people that might love me, and 2 of them might be animals. But this guy had a whole army of fans.
Well, I mean, I saw a lot of the.
Oh yeah,
I saw a lot of like his fellow Rangers talking about him, right? And they're devastated. They're completely devastated. Even ones he had problems with. Apparently him and the Red Ranger didn't get along all that great, but he still respected him, So yeah, it's a really, really it's a tough one to wrap your noggin around.
Yeah.
Like I said, you never know what people's breaking points are, and it's always one of those. If you think you need help, ask for it. Don't go down that route. Talk to people. Let people help you. That should be one of the number one things out there, especially for depression, for any sort of hard times, especially nowadays with the holidays, right?
Yeah.
Lots of things happening during the silly season. So, for those that are listening, if you feel you need to talk to somebody, or if you feel you can't hang on to it, talk to someone. Find help. There are many, many outreach programs out there. Do it, And again, losing Irene Cara too.
Yeah. Oscar winner.
People will remember her name.
Yeah. Yeah. Won the Oscar for Best Original Song for What a Feeling, for Flashdance. And,
Also the title song for Fame.
That's right.
Which she also acted in.
Yeah, she was in it, and cause of death's not revealed yet, but far too young at 63. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, she had a drug problem when she was younger. So hopefully it didn't relapse. Hopefully it was just cancer.
Yeah, or COVID.
Or COVID.
Yeah. Well,
people will remember her name.
Yeah, rest in peace, you too.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, the show must go on.
Yeah, speaking of, they announced a new Blade director, Jan de Mange. Not familiar with his work, but they're still sticking to their release date, so that might be a little bit of good news until he has creative differences and has to leave. Like the last.
Who's he having creative differences with?
No. I'm saying they just announced a new director, but the former director, that's why he left, right? So now I'm
what was the creative differences?
Oh, they never say. They always, that's the positive spin they put on it, right? I mean, but it's usually a lot more, acrimonious.
Get Guillermo del Toro back.
Yeah, it's a lot more, there's more shit going on than that. Oh, creative differences. We decided to go to, no, it's a lot more than that, but that's how they politely, let each other off the hook,
Yeah.
And not much happened last week in terms of entertainment news. That's all I got.
No, it's been pretty quiet. I think everybody's.
Well, unless you're wanting to watch Black Adam digital released on the 22nd, that's about it. I have no other news than that.
Well, we saw Black Adam.
No, you did. I didn't.
You didn't.
I saw the last Marvel movie. You didn't. So you saw the last DC movie, and I saw the last Marvel movie. Wakanda Forever. Yeah. So I saw Wakanda Forever, and you saw Black Adam. So we can't review it until one of us sees the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we will have a review of Willow next week. So
yes,
Andor is replaced by Willow. So watch the movie
again,
folks, if you haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Still holds up.
Yeah. And,
we'll
more Survivor and more Wednesday and.
Yeah. And we'll get to see
double shot of Titans.
How they honor Mad Mardigan. He's not in the show, but they do reference him. I know that. So see how.
Well, if it's anything the way Iceman was honored in Top Gun, it's going to be a choker. It's going to be a tearjerker.
Well, they haven't actually said if he's dead or alive, but they are going to talk about him. They said, "How can you not?" So we'll see how they. Yeah. I mean, his ex-wife is in it, so at least they got her back.
Oh, didn't they meet on that, or was it Thunderheart that they met on?
Well, no, actually, I read his book several times. Several times, and actually, he was in London, and she was doing a play, and believe it or not, Val Kilmer was shy, and he was already pretty well known, and he would follow her, but he was too afraid to do anything, and she didn't want anything to do with him. She kept rebuffing him.
Yes, I remember that.
So then they just by fluke wound up on that movie, and then of course that's when it happened during that movie.
Right.
So that's Willow next week. And that's all I got.
All right then, kiddos. This has been Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. See you next week, nerds.
Have a good one. Be safe. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
You can find us on all our social media. You can search Butcher Bay Rejects on YouTube, at Bay Rejects on Twitter, at Butcher Bay Rejects on Facebook, as well as at Butcher Bay Rejects on TikTok. You can also find us on our website, butcherbayrejects.com. And you can find us on all the podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Alexa TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Thank you for listening, and tune in again.